Turnbuckle Podcast. We're live on air. James, Stu, Johnny, Wrestling Flair, Jimmy Quang bringing heat every single show. In the ring and on the mic, you better know. Take a look at my bum hole, yeah, we keep it wild. Silly road trips, hearts of a child. Getting into trouble, but we keep it cool. Just a bunch of friends breaking all the rules. Ooh, just a bunch of friends breaking all the rules. Take a look at my bum hole, yeah, we keep it wild. Silly road trips, hearts of a child.
Hello and welcome to Top Turnbuckle episode with me, Stu.
And me, James.
And that's it.
Yep.
Yeah, Johnny's not here for this one, so we're carrying on regardless. How have we been?
Pretty good.
Yeah, not too bad.
I think that since the last episode, there's actually too much to talk about.
Yeah, so we're actually going to keep this one a bit shorter than normal. We won't be doing a new segment or a quiz at the end.
No.
Johnny's probably at home reading all the answers to the questions as we speak.
Yeah, I imagine he is.
Yeah, cheating bastard. So anyway, this episode we're going to be talking about our top 3 worst Halloween Havoc matches, our best and worst supernatural / dark wrestling characters, and our rewatch comes from the amazing Warzone promos video game.
I can't wait for that. That's fucking amazing. It's fucking amazing.
That has literally been the most enjoyable segment of research I've ever done.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Everyone on it shines.
Excuse me, I do apologise. I am getting over a chest infection. So if I continually cough during this episode, apologies. Let's get underway with our first segment. It is our top 3 worst Halloween Havoc matches.
Okay, this is quite fun because Halloween Havoc has some terrible shit on there.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking terrible at times. Sometimes it's absolutely amazing. I suppose it's a bit like WCW, really.
It's roll of a dice, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, flip of a coin, having a piss in the dark, isn't it?
Like, you haven't got the Cactus Jack match?
No,
I haven't picked that. So, when I say the Cactus Jack match, I'm referring to the, I don't even know what to call it. It's electric chair match. Do you know the one where the fucking lever kept falling down? Yeah. That match ain't that bad, apart from it's so gimmicked. It's not that bad.
The match itself is good, but it's just the props.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Fucking lay it down constantly.
The talent in the ring is actually really good. It's like, why have they put all that shit in there with them? I love it. It's one of my favourites.
Anyway, do you want to start?
Yeah, I'll start. So I'm gonna pick my first one. Isn't actually a bad match.
Okay.
It isn't a bad match.
Right.
But it is possibly, apart from the finger poke of Doom,
yeah,
in WCW, one of the worst things that ever happened to WCW. So, we're going back to Halloween Havoc 1998.
Yeah.
This is a famous one for having bad matches. Very famous.
Yeah.
Right? And the set for Halloween Havoc 1998 is amazing.
Yeah.
It is so cool. Like, it's got a giant...
That's where all the budget went.
Yeah, it's got like a giant... I can't remember actually, because we're not looking at it right now. It's either a giant bat or like a devil holding a pumpkin. It's like a giant inflatable.
Yeah.
It's fucking cool.
I can't remember. But yeah, you are right. It is...
It's just awesome.
Yeah.
It's got to be, because I never really liked WCW setups compared to WWF's.
I don't know. Some of them, much like the one that you're referring to at the moment, look absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
But then there was also some that WWF had at that time that looked ropey as shit.
What ones?
On the top of my head, I can't remember. Like, the old SmackDown, smashed hand through the...
Oh, the fisting.
I hated that.
The fisting.
Yeah, the fisting one.
Daniel Bryan fisting.
I hated it. It just looked crap, but so many people, spaff out to that one. Oh, it's an icon. I get people love it. It's fine.
It just reminds me of Daniel Bryan trying to get fired. He was trying everything he could to get fired, and he was going on about James Ellsworth's cock and calling him the big hog. And then he said, like, everyone on SmackDown's obsessed with fisting. And then he mentioned your giant fist stage.
Oh, I can't laugh too hard. Sorry. But yeah. Sorry. Go on. Yeah, it's your pick.
It's just our usual tangents. It's fine. I'm gonna go, and a lot of people will be probably a bit shocked about this. I imagine they'll know the story. I'm gonna go with in my opinion, one of the only people to get a good match out of Goldberg, DDP.
Yeah.
Versus Goldberg, which is the main event.
Yeah.
Right. This is actually a very good match. The build-up for this was pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, is DDP good enough? There was kind of a friendly rivalry within this. The reason I pick it is because of the circumstances. WCW got very cocky with the pay-per-view network.
Yeah.
And they'd gone over time. I think it was 2 times already.
Yeah.
And they thought to themselves, oh, who gives a fuck? They're not going to cut us off anyway. And they did. In the first 2 minutes of the main event, they cut, I think it was the US feed. They cut the whole thing off.
Brilliant.
And it just went static. So anyone who paid their, I don't know how much they charged.
Hard-earned money.
Yeah, I mean, I say in the UK, because I don't know, I mean, a WWE pay-per-view at that time was quite expensive in the 90s. I would say it was between £20, £15.
Yeah.
So that's quite a lot of money
man.
to have the fucking main event cut off on you. And it caused a massive uproar because then WCW on Nitro decided to play the main event for free for everyone. So the people who paid for Halloween Havoc 1998 all jammed the phone lines wherever they could for the complaint system and said, hang on a minute, everyone's now getting the fucking main event for free and we paid for it, and they had to refund everybody. So the event cost them money.
How fucking arrogant
I know.
do you have to be to think you could get away with that? I'd imagine there'd be a huge loss.
And this is in the middle of where WCW are at a real turning point.
Yep.
It's Halloween,
Yep.
1998, October.
We're almost at...
Well, what we're at WWE is now really...
shit or bust.
No, it's kicking WCW's ass. And WCW are like, they either turn the corner on this and come back at WWE, or WWF at the time, and turn it like the 83 weeks was turned, where WWF did the Attitude Era and they turned it round and they got back at WCW, or you just go under and we know what happens.
Yeah, sadly we do.
And this was one of the first things, I think, where you really saw that everything behind the scenes, like the production, the management was really failing and it was not strong. You know, to do something like that is just fucking ridiculous. I mean, ECW, their first, as everyone knows, their first ever pay-per-view, they managed to get the event out and the generator went out, I think, 7 seconds after.
Yeah.
No, it went out 7 seconds
Oh,
after.
no, sorry. It was 7.5 seconds.
Yeah, after it went off the air. But they still got the event on pay-per-view. These guys were backed by fucking...
Well, they were bankrolled by Ted Turner.
Yeah. And they managed to arrogantly get cut off of the cable supplier because they've been warned.
Yeah.
And they were like, fuck you.
Twat.
Yeah, simple as that. Shame for DDP and Goldberg that I have to pick that one.
Yeah.
But...
understandable, though.
Yeah.
Right. It's fucking awesome pick. Number 3 for me. Buff Bagwell versus Davey Flair from 2000. This is the DNA match.
I want to give you a little bit of history on this.
Go for it.
It's going to be this simple.
Go.
Halloween Havoc 2000 is so bad,
Yep.
I haven't seen this match.
This is horrendous.
Yeah.
Right. I have a little synopsis of what it's all about. So, Miss Hancock, as we eventually all get to know her as Stacy Keibler,
Yeah.
is pregnant. Then it...
Is this like...
This all goes Jerry Springer, this match.
Yeah, this
it
is
really
about
does.
Ric Flair as well, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't Ric Flair at one
No.
point supposed to be the father? Didn't that come in?
that was more later WWE days.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, as I said, Miss Hancock was pregnant. Then it becomes a crisis. A cross, like I said, of Jerry Springer and Vince Russo. You smash these two together, and you have got I don't know,
Well,
a Vince Russo wet dream match.
Yeah,
isn't it?
you've got peak WCW bullshit.
Yeah.
Because apparently, and they've even said it out their own mouths,
Yeah.
Russo and Ferrara used to sit in the studios watching Jerry Springer and
Yeah.
take ideas off it.
Yeah. So later on, Davey Flair just happens to challenge Buff Bagwell to a First Blood match, which is beyond terrible. This is basically where they get the DNA from.
Right.
Right. So the First Blood match. Do you see where this goes?
Yeah,
Right.
pretty much.
Buff Bagwell won the match, but got busted open after the match ended. So Junior Flair still got his blood sample anyway. So what was the fucking point?
I don't know.
That is literally it.
It hurts my fucking head, to be honest.
That is. I have saved you
Yeah.
10 minutes.
I'm glad I haven't watched it. Unless I'll give you a forewarning, unless we're actually forced to watch WCW in 2000s, I tend to steer fucking clear of it.
Yeah.
Because it's just...
It's
It's like a fever dream of just someone's weird fucking minds
yeah.
on LSD.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's fucking mental.
Yeah, it's...
I can't say anything more.
No,
It's
that I have genuinely saved you an absolute mindfuck. It is a pointless...
Like Arn Anderson, right? Because this is a bit of a tangent, but we're going on about nightmares, aren't we? Really?
Oh, yeah.
Nightmare stuff. Arn Anderson has always said that Vince Russo was a secret agent from WWF sent down there to actually take the fucking place down.
I'm absolutely certain, absolutely certain that you've brought that up in a previous episode before, and I will hand on heart again state, the more I start to read into this, the more I'm genuinely starting to believe it.
When you actually watch 2000s, it's so
bad.
bad.
That match is a prime example.
Yeah, it's so bad, like the ideas and shit, that I know it's probably not true, but it's so bad you tend to think surely someone's trying to sabotage because it's fucking terrible.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's me done.
Cool.
I've got nothing else to say about that because I don't want to.
Yeah.
It's crap.
I'm going to move on to... I think we should move on to the one that we both got.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's fucking great. It's another great one. You'll like this one. You do anyway.
Because it's dog shit.
Yeah, so with my picks, I'm sticking with 1998. 1998 is a really bad year for WCW in my opinion, especially the latter half of it.
Yeah.
And Halloween Havoc is the cherry on top of the shit sundae for it. It's
Sorry.
fucking terrible.
That's awful.
And, you know, the fates are really fucking against WCW at this point because, like I said in the previous fucking one, when there is actually a good match on, the fucking thing turns off. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, big time.
So,
yeah. Yeah.
Our next one is the semi-main event.
Oh.
I think it was. I again, it was like a fever dream, so I don't know if there was any matches.
I just wanted to add something. For the life of me, I can't remember where it was, but I don't know why I bothered doing research about this, because I thought, I'm pretty sure I know everything there is to know about this shit Sunday, as you called it.
Yeah.
For the life of me, I'm really sorry. I can't tell you
well,
where it was.
The shit Sunday is WCW in 1998.
Yeah.
This is the cherry.
Right, yeah. Somebody, and it's gonna, right. If and when I find this quote, I will put it on our socials, right? But I read somewhere that both of these two thought this was going to outshine the main event.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised with their egos.
That we were going to steal the show with this.
Mm.
Oh.
I mean, the build-up for this, right? I'm going to say what it is. So it's Hogan versus... It's obvious. It's Hogan versus Warrior 2.
Yeah.
Again, I'm sticking with 1998.
Yeah.
Halloween Havoc. 1998 has a special place along with 2000 in WCW.
I'm so glad you said that.
Because it's fucking awful. Like 2001, like they go on till March, but 2000 and 1998 are the things that killed it for me.
Big time.
I don't know what to say about this. It's laughably funny. It is a terrible reenactment of the WrestleMania 6 match. It's like a parody of it. They try and do everything they did in that match, but they're 25 to 50% slower, and the timing is completely off.
Oh, it's awful.
And it's just great. It's like, do you know what it reminds me of? Like, Stuart, it reminds me of fucking, WrestleMania 7, they had like the blindfold match. Jake the Snake Roberts and Rick Martel.
Yeah.
Like, these guys, they should have been blindfolded.
Big time.
Because...
For the way they're moving around in the ring, it looked like they were.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because you would have been able to understand it if they were. Yeah. But these two, there's one point where someone rolls to get out of the way of a move, and the other one doesn't acknowledge that it's happened, and he basically log rolls him over and trips him up, and they fall in a heap.
See,
it's...
I put in my notes, right? For only the second time they faced off, a rematch from one of WWF's best in its golden era of main events. These two old-timers, desperate to stay relevant, neither look like they give a fuck about each other or actually entertaining the crowd, and the crowd are pissed off.
Well, the build-up to this was fucking bullshit. I don't know if you saw the build-up to this.
Yeah.
The build-up to this was that Warrior was in Hogan's head. Like, weirdly, again, it's weird, and everyone can see him except Hogan. Have you seen this shit?
Yeah.
It's terrible. Like, he's in a mirror when Hogan's looking in a mirror in the dressing room, and Eric Bischoff comes in and he's gone. And then he's got like...
See, that dead silence straight after you said that just says it all.
It's
just bollocks.
Fucking crap. And then there's a promo between the two, and it goes on about 30 fucking minutes. Yeah, there's not much more that I can say about this. I think it's well known for being absolutely just completely bullshit. And
quite frankly, if there's anyone out there that hasn't actually seen this, one, I'd be amazed. Two, go and watch the highlights on YouTube. Don't waste your time watching it on the network.
Yeah, well, we can move on to like the most famous thing in there is obviously the flash paper, which is. There's a spot.
And on my notes,
yeah. I'll let you do it.
I've put worst use of a fireball, and I use that term loosely.
Yeah, so Hogan takes ages to get it all sorted out, and it's in like a little sandwich bag.
Yeah, who does that?
Yeah, it's in like a little
it's a baggie
bag. Yeah,
it's a proper little baggie.
Yeah, and Anyway, he messes about with it for ages.
It takes forever.
And then he's sort of on his knees fucking around with it. And then it just goes up in his hands. And he's the one affected by it. And Warrior sort of swings his hands about, but then realises it's gone nowhere near him and then just starts kicking him.
Yeah.
And you can tell the commentators don't know what to say.
Oh, the commentators sound pissed.
Yeah, they're just like, I think he was going to light him on fire.
Listen, I can't remember who it was that said it, but we watched the highlights again before we recorded, and you do hear one of them go, "Oh, that would have been terrible."
Yeah.
You know, you can blatantly tell that these guys are trying their best, but just kind of go, "Fuck this! This is bullshit."
Awful.
And when you've got commentators that are like that, then you're about to serve up a deep fried shit sandwich.
Yeah, well, they go on about it for 2 minutes because I think they don't know what's coming.
No.
And the match has been such a clusterfuck, the whole thing. And it's just culminated with that.
Yeah.
And I think they're just in shock over how bad it is, but then they've got that on top of it, which was so bad. So they're just talking about that for ages. And then you've got the Horace Hogan stuff.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, and that's exactly what the problem is. This was meant to be like, in their minds, this was meant to be a massive legendary match.
Yeah.
Rematch. And it wasn't to anybody, really. Because everyone was more interested in the new.
Yeah.
Because we were in the counterculture
Yeah.
phase. We were in Attitude Era.
The early
Goldberg.
90s were gone.
Yeah, just this whole thing with Horace Hogan is just awful. It's just absolutely awful. It's about Hogan setting I think it's his nephew a test.
Yeah.
And no one cares.
No one gave a shit.
And it's supposed to be a swerve, and it doesn't make any sense, because why would you beat fuck out someone and put a massive gash in their head and then come back and turn on the person who was trying to help them? It's just bullshit. I'm sorry, it's absolutely terrible. Hurts my fucking head.
Should we move on?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, no worries. All right. My last pick is from 1991, and it's the Chamber of Horrors match.
Oh, you have got it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I will keep this one short and sweet because I know we've talked about it before. One thing I didn't realise was this was actually going to be the main event.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't there a load of changes to this?
Massive amount of changes. They reconstructed the whole pay-per-view.
Yeah, they did.
The night before.
Yeah. Because there was big stars in this, weren't there?
Yeah. I mean, in the matches, in the Chamber of Horrors match itself, you had Sting, El Gigante, Rick and Scott Steiner versus Abdullah the Butcher, Diamond Stud, Cactus Jack, and Vader.
Yeah.
You know, that's big names. So yeah, rightfully, your biggest names would be in your main event. But no, they decide to put it on at the beginning.
Yeah, I remember this going on first.
And you know why?
I've no idea. Probably because of the props or the setup. I don't know.
Because they realised that they made a massive error and didn't realise how long it was going to take to construct the cage.
Yeah. That's the only thing I can think of. Yeah.
And that caused them to lose a lot of views on TV. Massive amount of views on TV, including their owner, Ted Turner.
Oh, God.
And do you know why? At the time, Ted Turner actually owned the Atlanta Braves baseball team, and they were also playing in the playoffs that same day. So a lot of people, purely because this pay-per-view was on at the same time as the World Series,
oh God! I mean,
turned off.
I don't know. I mean, WCW. Some of the decisions are unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have picked. I don't know if it's Halloween Havoc. I'll have to check. But going on our usual tangents, I'm sure a Battle Bowl was Halloween Havoc.
I think you're right. Yeah.
You know, and that was one of the worst concepts ever. I don't care what anyone says. I didn't see any redeeming features for that, and I've spoke about that before.
Yeah. So you've got the culmination of they didn't realise how long the cage was going to take, and because of the World Series on at that time and the Atlanta Braves being in it, Ted Turner decided, and everyone else, that we should put all our big stars at the beginning of this pay-per-view. In hindsight, it was a good idea. However, it meant all the jobbers
ends the show.
end the show.
Yeah, I mean, I can get kind of what, without it being jobbers, I can kind of get what he was attempting to do. He was probably going on the format of something like Saturday Night's Main Event.
Yeah.
Where
Probably the biggest.
Yeah, the idea was what WWF used to do is they used to put their semi-main on first and their main event in the middle.
Yeah.
And the actual ending match used to tend to be a tag team match or a match which wasn't really massively looked forward to on the card.
Yeah, it wasn't a big hyped one.
And sometimes they actually used to go off the air without ending.
Yeah.
Which is really weird.
Unfortunately for this, the pay-per-view itself was ridiculous. The entire setup of the cage was ridiculous. The entire match was ridiculous. And as I put, a piss-poor ending and the burial of a colossal deep-fried and then microwaved dog turd.
Yeah, I mean, the fucking lever kept falling down.
Yeah.
They kept building up the threat of putting someone in the fucking
getting electrocuted.
chair.
And
people were being put in the chair as a threat. And as they were being put in the chair and that fucking thing being lowered down on their head, the fucking lever was flopping up and down.
It's the actual execution of the lever itself is, it took so long for Abdullah to be put in there because nobody was obviously working together.
Yeah.
The Cactus Jack had actually flicked the switch and was looking round and there was nobody in the fucking chair.
Yeah, but I don't know if you've seen, because they wouldn't, you'd have to watch like an explanation, because I watched an explanation on it. I think it was from Mick Foley, and the fucking lever, they were trying to keep they were trying to keep the camera off it.
Yeah.
Right? But people was having to try and hold the lever up.
Yeah.
Because the lever was in the on-off position, it flipped down to on, and it fell down.
Yeah.
And it was doing it throughout the match. They'd hold it up, and then suddenly they'd realise it had flipped.
You think about all that colossal amount of weight that's in that ring, and people bouncing around and hitting the cage. Like I said, it's just piss poorly executed.
It's fucking great, though.
I'm fucking done.
I think it's hilarious.
Oh,
I quite like that match. I think it's quite funny.
Oh, it's just fucking awful.
Okay, so we move on to my last pick, yeah? Do we go there now?
Go for it.
This one's fucking great, because this one's a double whammy, and we've talked about this one before.
Yeah.
This one's a double whammy of complete and utter bullshit.
Yeah.
It's so fucking shit, right? This one is the main event. This is fucking great. This one is the main event of the Giant and Hulk Hogan from fucking Hell. You can't. I know we talked about it before, but it can't not be.
If
in there, it's too good. It's too shit.
If we're gonna, we could do top 3 worst Halloween Havoc matches, top 3 worst matches of all time, top 3 worst pay-per-view main events of all time. This will be number 1 in all of them.
Well, it certainly could be in the top 10 of my one worst, definitely, because it's a double whammy of shit. Like it's Hogan at his worst. Like coming up with all this bullshit, making it all about him, and it's a monster truck match, which we talked about before. And they bring on a commentator, and he's talking about all the mechanics and the technical aspects of like monster trucks.
Basically, he's a like 4x4 specialist.
Yeah, and the match is about 2 fucking big trucks pushing each other out the ring,
and they don't go anywhere.
Yeah, and it's crap. It's not wrestling. It's crap, and I mean, at least 3 or 4 times they do actually go out of the ring. You know that fucking circle that they make. I think it's a cones or some shit. And then you've got like the Giant falling at the end. So I think Hogan wins, doesn't he?
Oh yeah. He throws him off the top of the building.
Don't he fall?
No, he throws him.
I thought they had a fight and he took a swing and he goes like this and falls.
I could have sworn because
I'm sure you talked about it before.
And
Hogan goes, "There's been a terrible accident."
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. it's like PTSD. I've kind of blacked it out of my brain for a bit, and then now it's all coming back.
It's fucking great.
It's terrible.
It's fucking brilliant.
But he is right. It's so bad that I'm going to say good. I'm not going to say brilliant because it's not brilliant. It's like Sharknado.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm sure I used that terminology last time.
Yeah.
It is. It's like Sharknado. It's so shit. It's good.
It's fucking crap beyond words. Like it's a comedy. So in other words, what its intention was for is completely reversed. If you watch it for the fun aspect, knowing that it's complete dog shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. And then you think that's as bad as it can get. That's mega boring.
Yeah, it's
right?
terrible.
That monster truck bit. And then they have this big build up to like, oh, Hogan's got to come out.
Yeah.
And he apologises that the main event won't happen. The Giant actually is alright. And he's shocked. And Hogan's all in black because he's gone into the dark side. And there was one point, right, in this build-up, this is just great, the whole thing, that Hogan dresses up as like a dark medieval knight. Do you remember this?
I just don't get that bit at all. I don't understand where the relevance of that comes from.
It's like he's the dark side.
He's
like dressed up as a medieval knight.
But if you were going to do relevance to being on the darker side of things, dress up as Vader or,
he's like a
Darth, obviously like not Big Van.
He's like a cross between like a fucking medieval executioner and a knight.
Yeah.
It's fucking brilliant, right? And then and he just talks about a load of absolute bollocks. It's like a fever dream. The main event, then you get... It's what I'm saying. How on earth this could happen, all of this shit, I don't know, right?
I applaud the fact that you're getting excited and finding all this funny.
It's so funny.
I'm literally just rolling my eyes at all... Oh.
And then, like, as everyone knows, fucking Yeti comes down.
Hang on. We had words about this last time.
Yeah, the Yeti.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeti.
The Yeti comes down, and it's a fucking mummy, first of all. Yeah, right, it's a fucking mummy, first of all. This is what I'm saying, you can't make this shit up, it's fucking great. And it's a mummy, right, but it's like a mummy with, like, fucking bandages on from Walmart.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And they're all hanging off. And then he proceeds to butt fuck Hogan.
He does. We even said this before as well.
In a sandwich.
Hogan manages to get sodomised in this by the Yeti.
The Giant is one side, and Hogan's in the middle, and he's dry humping.
He is proper dry humping. That is the only bit of this entire description that has just put a smile on my face. Which sounds bad because I'm laughing at sodomy, and that's not what I'm getting at. But it's the visual image of a 7-foot giant, Hollywood Hogan, and a guy wrapped in Walmart bandages dry humping him.
It's fucking great. It's fucking great. Like, can you imagine if you put this together and thought this was a masterpiece and you watched it turn out like it does on screen? Can you imagine if you're watching this backstage, you're going, what the fuck is this?
All I have in my head, right, is a visual image of Vince Russo just, sat back in his chair. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit your leg then.
No, this is Eric Bischoff's
Eric
special.
Yeah, Eric Bischoff just sat there, feet up on the desk going, you know what, boys, this is gold.
I think this is Hogan's idea and it's creative control. I honestly do. I could see this coming from Hogan's mind. I could see him going, yeah, brother, I need to dress up as a medieval knight.
I need to get sodomized by a mummy.
Yeah.
Yeti, brother. Fuck off. Fuck off.
This is great. This is Halloween Havoc. It's fucking best.
There we go.
Yeah. I know we picked some before, but I can't help it. They're so good. I'd talk about them all day.
So, well, no, I wouldn't.
It's so fucking good.
Brings back trauma.
It's fucking brilliant.
Anyway, let's get on to our next subject, which was our best and worst supernatural / dark wrestling characters. Now, obviously, we vetoed people like The Undertaker,
right?
Kane.
This was my one. So that I only picked a best. You can have a worst if you
Oh,
want.
I got a worst.
Uh,
My
so-
worst is brilliant.
Is it? Good.
Yeah.
So, the rules were, because we wanted someone quite obscure.
Yeah.
So the rules were, it couldn't be a member of any of the Wyatts
Yeah.
incarnations. It couldn't be anyone from the Dark Order.
Yeah.
It couldn't be anyone from the Ministry of Darkness. Yeah, someone very, very overlooked, an extremely dark character, and that's Luna Vachon.
Yeah. Great pig.
You know, she was called the Other Side of Darkness, or that's where she was billed from. And this, you know, Luna Vachon was one of the first women who were dark characters. I was going to go, but I stayed away from it because of the Benoit situation. I was going to go with woman,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right? I was thinking of Kevin Sullivan when he was really, really good in the 80s.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking at. And her real name, Luna Vachon, was Gertrude. Do you know anything about Luna Vachon?
A very, very little. I didn't realise her first name was Gertrude, to be honest.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
They call her Old Gertrude. That's what they used to call her
Oh. Fair play.
backstage. So she was adopted by the Vachons.
Wow.
She was not paternally
Wow.
Vachon.
That I didn't know.
Yeah, so one of the Vachon family
Yeah.
basically was friends with a hotel owner,
Yeah.
and he died.
Yeah.
He passed away, her father, and one of the Vachons married the mum.
Yeah.
He passed away either in a fire or something like that, something strange.
Right.
I can't remember because I'm doing this off the top of my head. Okay, but yeah, she was adopted by it was her stepdad, and she moved on to be in the Vachon family. So because a lot of people look at her as a pure Vachon, don't they?
Yeah.
Like Mad Dog,
Yeah.
and, you know, everything like
I
that.
genuinely,
Yeah.
I really didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Oh, fair play.
So she gets into the business, and she comes in quite strange. So she comes in as a reporter, and her name is Trudy Hurd, and she comes in to give someone an award, and I can't remember who it is. It's this strange angle where she's standing there and she's a reporter, and because it's the 80s, obviously, she looks really old.
Yeah.
Like the way they've dressed her up, she looks like she's in her 80s.
Okay.
Right? And it's in the 80s, hilariously. But it's like this award, and it's to, I can't remember, it's to someone like Barry Windham, or someone like that. Like someone very, what you would associate with Southern wrestling.
Yeah.
Kevin Sullivan comes down with his group, and there's a big kerfuffle. There's a big, like brawl.
Yeah.
And as I say, this is very dark. Kevin Sullivan was very dark at the time. And he slaps Trudy Hurd. Actually slaps her. I think he slaps her twice.
Bloody hell.
And his stable was really strange. It used to have like people just sitting around acting like quite demonic.
Yeah.
You know, or just like aloof demonic in the locker room. And Luna ends up, or Trudy Hurd ends up becoming Luna Vachon from this. So the slap, because Kevin Sullivan is a dark, like, devil worshipper,
Yeah.
somehow the slap has made her go insane,
Yeah.
or what's the word, possessed her,
Yeah.
and that's where Luna Vachon come from.
Wow.
She suddenly starts changing, and she's in this group in the locker room, and she's got all that face paint on.
Yeah.
And the Luna Vachon that you later see in WWF that comes down with Shawn Michaels and later Bam Bam Bigelow, this is where that Luna Vachon comes from.
Wow. Holy shit.
So she was like possessed by the devil through Kevin Sullivan. So she was one of the first dark characters, and because she was a girl or a woman, I really wanted to include a woman on this. So I really like Nikki Cross at the moment.
Yeah.
Just I always think a dark woman character is sometimes missing. And I think Luna doesn't get enough credit.
No.
I think Luna was awesome.
You're absolutely right. She's far, far too underlooked.
Yeah.
In a lot of different areas.
Yeah, so I just wanted to put her in there. And I just wanted everybody to know, maybe people listening do know, but I just wanted everyone to know.
Yeah. No,
I think
that's
her
fucking
father was
awesome, mate.
Butcher for sure.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that's brilliant, right? Cheers.
That's all right.
There was quite a lot of that I didn't know.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to
genuinely,
include
it's really
it.
cool.
I think Luna's overlooked, and I think that not a lot of people know about Gertrude.
Yeah. No, that's a great pick. Mine, I've gone well out of the box for this one.
Okay.
I've ditched my original choice in favour of this guy.
Okay, that's cool.
And I'm going with the 7-foot monster, the longest member of the TNA roster, and that is the monster Abyss.
Yeah, I think this is another person who you can say is maybe sometimes overlooked for his achievements and what he done.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. He was at one point, still is the heaviest wrestler to hold the X Division champion.
Yeah, I think that the sad fact, and I hate to bring it back to negative points, I think the sad fact with Abyss is that he would always come across looking like a character between Kane and
Mick
Mankind.
Foley. Yeah.
But he was so much more than that.
As a character, he was brilliant.
Yeah. And
His promos were so good, and I genuinely feel that reflects on his work behind the scenes as at WWE.
Yeah, what is his real name, if you would
Christopher
mind telling
Joseph
me?
Park.
Yeah, so that is what he's doing now. He is he's one of the creative talents for matches, isn't he?
Yeah. And his involvement, I truly do believe, is vital.
I think
at
he
the
books
moment.
the matches, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was the heaviest wrestler to hold the X Division Championship, the longest reigning television champion. He was also the fourth man to complete the Triple Crown Championship, and the second to complete the TNA Grand Slam Championship.
Yeah, I think he, again, I used the same word with Luna, I think he's overlooked a lot.
And like I said earlier, he was the longest reigning member on the TNA roster. He was actually there from 2002 to 2019, and in 2018 was inducted into the Impact Hall of Fame by longtime manager James Mitchell.
Yeah, and I think that when you look at Abyss, you know, I think there's shades of the Undertaker there. And when I mean shades of the Undertaker, I'm not just talking about the darkness, I'm talking about loyalty.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will categorically state now, I truly do believe that the Black Hole Slam is one of the most underlooked and underrated finishing moves.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else could pull it off.
He delivers it with such velocity and force that you truly do believe that whoever is getting that's it, you're fucked.
Yeah, it's like the Big Boss Man Slam, but just raising the volume level to 10.
Yeah,
or
massively.
maybe even 100.
Yeah.
It's like the Cyborg Slam, but like massively bigger.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like with a discus spin in it, as well. It almost comes across he spins before doing it.
Yeah.
And it's just a great move.
It's absolutely awesome. I sat watching a video of his best Black Hole Slams, and honestly, this video went on for 7 minutes, and there was so many of them in that 7-minute video, but they were absolutely just diabolical.
It's a breathtaking move.
Yeah.
It's you get a lot of slams where you can sort of kind of sometimes see through them.
Yeah.
This one looks like it fucking hurts.
Yeah. And the main reason I put him down as a, you know, sort of dark, sinister kind of characters, as we both, you know, both agreed on. Yeah, there were elements of the mixture of Mankind's mask and Kane's presence and loyalty of the Undertaker, but I feel that is a damn good tribute.
Yeah, I just think that what's upsetting about Abyss is obviously they couldn't really change him.
No, they tried obviously with the split personality thing, but that just didn't really work.
It's more his outfit that's the shame, because I think if he wouldn't have had the original outfit, and obviously they'd done that, I think that comparisons wouldn't have been made to, oh, he's a copy of this or he's a copy of that.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. And also stating as well that I thoroughly enjoyed his work as well when he decided to team up with Crazy Steve and Rosemary with Decay. And personally, I think that revitalised him. You know, there were, as he was coming towards the end of his TNA career by that point, you got to think, you know, a big guy, they're not going to be able to do these amazing 25-minute, 40-minute hardcore matches. You know, at least there's other fresh guys coming in. And he was always more than happy putting people over. I've read some amazing stories of people actually saying what a genuinely lovely and careful and thoughtful guy he actually is.
Yeah, I like him. I always did like him. That's not a knock on him, what I'm saying.
No.
About the outfit. I think it's a shame.
Yeah.
I think it's a shame because I think it immediately draws comparisons to Kane and Mankind, and I think he's a lot more than that.
Absolutely.
Which is a shame.
Yeah.
Yep. But he is amazing, and he was a stalwart of TNA before it really went down.
Yeah, big time. Yeah.
He was one of the big boys.
Even when TNA went into Impact, and Impact was verging on the shit side of, you know, big promotional wrestling, he still stuck by him.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you talk about the original cast, the big boy lot, you know, and you talk about, because as much as I cannot be a fan of him, Jeff Jarrett has to be included in that.
Yep.
Even before Kurt Angle, like Chris Harris, you know, Monty Brown,
Yep.
AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe, all of that. I mean, they're stalwarts now.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, but those people, Abyss was a part of that group, that nucleus, that was like the local talent or the homegrown talent, and it was cool.
Absolutely.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my best pick.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we got a bad one.
I do have a bad one.
You can do it. You can do it.
I haven't got a lot to say about it because I'm pretty sure it's all going to be summed up pretty quickly by saying these words.
Okay.
The Kiss Demon.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's fucking
what an
terrible.
absolute crock of shit.
Right, the Kiss Demon is a really funny character because
It's not. It's dog shit.
So the guy who went on to play him after Crush, because Crush played him, didn't he?
Crush was Brian Adams was the first choice, and he turned it down very, very quickly.
Well, he done the start.
Yeah, straight after that is when he went, this ain't going to work for me.
So the other guy who would come into it,
Dale Farborg.
That's it. He absolutely loved playing it.
Yep.
Absolutely adored it.
He was a big Kiss fan, that's why.
Yeah. Kiss just basically fucked over WCW.
Yeah.
They got a really good deal with WCW.
Do you know how much it was worth?
I would love to know because it was ridiculous, whatever.
They got paid $500,000 every time they appeared.
Yeah. That's the lowest rated segment, I believe, on WCW.
You are absolutely right.
When they played live.
Yeah.
Because no one's tuning in to watch fucking Kiss on wrestling.
No.
So why you would do that, I have no idea. I
wholeheartedly know where this comes from. This is Gene Simmons.
Oh, yeah.
Because he is a dick.
Yeah, so Gene
And if
Simmons...
you're going to associate Kiss with anyone, it's the dickhead Gene Simmons.
I know quite a lot about this, Stu. I'm glad you picked this, so I know a lot about this. Gene Simmons basically went up and said that he had talked to Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
And he said that Vince was extremely interested in this character.
Yep.
And that he was willing to pay big money to get this character.
Yep.
And that was part of how they got Eric Bischoff in negotiations.
Because he's an idiot.
So Bischoff went for it because he thought Vince was mega interested in it. And they made some sort of deal where the Kiss Demon had to be in a main event.
Yeah.
And what happened was they put the main event third on the card and called it the main event, and it was against the Wall.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a main event. They just called it that to get over
absolutely
the
right.
Get rid of the legal side of it. He had a feud with Vampiro, I think.
Yeah.
Which was not really
Vampiro
great.
has gone on to state this is one of the worst feuds and anything he's ever had part to do with for WCW.
Yeah. There's not much more I can say apart from that.
It's shit.
But yeah, it was kind of a fuck over of WCW.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
They screwed them for the money and won.
Yeah, because the character would never ever get over.
No.
Never get over. He
No one
saw
gave
the
a shit.
Attitude Era.
Yeah. No one gave a shit. At that time, you know, what we talking, when was that? Mid to late 90s?
No, I think it was 99.
So we're talking music-wise at that time, we're talking the grunge scene has come to an end.
Yeah.
We're coming into a lot of new, or what we now class as old school, new metal bands
You're
are
coming
coming
into
through.
people like Pantera now, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, when Pantera came out.
Soulfly and all that, aren't you?
So around that time, you are looking at bands like Korn, Deftones, Limp Bizkit. Rock music has changed.
Yeah.
Yes, Kiss are still famous. Yes, AC/DC is still famous. Yes, the Rolling Stones are still famous. But would you want to see any of them in WCW? No. If someone was to show an advert or saying, you know, guests this week, Korn, holy fucking shit. Because now you're catering to, as you said, the counterculture.
Yeah, exactly. And
that would have brought them in.
And that is actually what happened. WWF started to do that. They started to bring in people like that. They're not necessarily people that you might like, if you're a big music fan. But in 2001, started to bring in people like Drowning Pool.
Yeah.
I can't remember who the other people are.
Limp Bizkit, Kid Rock.
Yeah.
Saliva.
Yes, Saliva's the one I was thinking of, yeah.
Union Underground.
Yeah, and all these sort of people. So they're going new age.
Yeah.
Literally. And WCW are so far in the past.
Yeah. At that point, you know, so don't get me wrong, I listen to Kiss. I wouldn't say I'm a fan. I listen to them. I like them. But the biggest point of their career was the late 70s, early 80s.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So why would you just... You fucking idiots. And this is genuinely why I picked this. Is because it was a shit fucking deal. Kiss screwed WCW for a terrible character that was never going to work and walked away splitting 500 grand 4 ways.
Yeah, it's not good.
Fucking dicks.
And as I say, I do believe that was the last rated
It is, yeah.
segment
Yeah,
ever from
absolutely
WCW.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's that one done.
Shows how random shit in my mind.
Oh, mate, same here.
I mean, I didn't.
Car crash of information
yeah, but I
here
literally
sometimes.
didn't have notes, so I just picked that out of my
Fair
brain.
dues. Well, most of those ones that I brought out had fuck all to do with it. It's just I knew that I'd read about it again a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Anyway, we're going.
No, I'm going to move. I'll pick one because I think I think that. Yeah, I think I'm going to pick.
Excuse me.
I'm going to pick Bam Bam Terry Gordy as the Executioner.
Oh.
Because it's 1995. This doesn't last very long. Thank God. And this Executioner comes in the middle of a, quite frankly, awesome feud with Mankind and The Undertaker.
Yeah.
And there's like things like the Buried Alive match. I can't remember what match it is, but there's one match where The Undertaker like almost kills the Executioner.
Yeah.
He sort of beats him up and rolls him down the pyramid. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
It's on a pay-per-view. I can't remember what one it's on. I think it's on In Your House 12. And I'm sure that the Executioner beat The Undertaker in a pay-per-view match. I could be wrong.
Right.
But I'm sure he did. I'm sure.
Fucking horrendous.
The character is so bad. Like, the costume is a literal what you would imagine you would get, and you used this the other day from Temu of an Executioner.
Yeah.
He's got like a plastic axe and a black hood.
Yeah.
And that's it. And he's got like a sort of black mask.
Yeah. Oh, it was terrible.
Eyes. It's
fucking... poor old Bam Bam.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Right.
It's absolutely terrible.
Well,
Go back and watch that small segment, guys, with the Executioner. He's managed by Paul Bearer, and it just looks so wrong.
just terrible.
Yeah.
I genuinely do feel so sorry for him.
Yeah, so that's just a quick one out the top of my head.
Yeah. Anyway, let's cheer ourselves up with our next topic.
Okay.
Because we're going to enjoy this one. So, our rewatch, we basically sat down individually and together at some point as well. We sat and watched the Warzone
Oh, this is fucking great.
promo vids from the... What was it on?
I think it's on the PS1, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
The PS1 WWF Warzone. This game is beloved by people.
Yeah.
And there was a fucking campaign in it, if anyone is a gamer person out there, where you had to go through and beat like different wrestlers.
Yeah,
and then
that's
what
it.
happened was you would get a reaction when they... I think you had to beat them like twice or three times. You would get a different reaction each time.
Yeah.
And then you move on to the next one, right? But this is like classic FMV PlayStation.
Oh.
And this is at a point in time where no one really knows how video game motion capture works.
It's superimposing actual life footage onto Windows 95 pixelated backgrounds.
It's fucking brilliant, right?
And these videos are magnificently shit.
Yeah. I mean, my favourite one, and we've got to start with the best, because this one is a fucking...
I hope it's what you're going to say it is.
This is Ahmed Johnson, right? So Ahmed Johnson, you couldn't really understand him anyway, but this is his magnum opus of like interviews.
This is,
basically, I can take this off.
This is a Tony Award winning moment.
So what he does is, when you get to Ahmed Johnson, he comes on, he's in like an industrial factory with like loads of like, it looks like loads of lava everywhere. That's what it reminds me of anyway. And he just goes, like that. It ends.
At one point, we actually watched it with subtitles on.
Yeah. And I can't tell you what it said. And all three of them are like this.
Yeah.
And it's fucking great.
It is.
It's just great.
How can I put this without sounding offensive? So it's like a 90-year-old man with no teeth, a mass dribbling problem, whilst chewing tobacco.
It's just someone trying to be mega aggressive and shouting, and then going too quick, but you can't understand it, and it needs to be seen to be believed. How it passed like the quality test, I don't know.
I'm genuinely amazed
that
somebody at some point after he finished filming and they went, cut, that's a wrap, went, I swear to God I heard Klingon say this on Star Trek last week.
Yeah,
because it's indecipherable. Honestly, go and watch it just for pure shits and giggles. Just watch that segment alone. It is the most undecipherable thing you will ever hear.
Some geniuses, and they are geniuses, have actually deciphered it, and they have actually written what he's saying underneath, and that doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't either.
When you actually listen to what he said, it doesn't make sense. But
can I bring up my
of course,
pièce de résistance?
Yeah,
from the amazing British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith, who is blatantly reading it off a cue card because he keeps looking down at the bottom left hand of the screen every 5 seconds.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. So he tries to give off a normal Bulldog like heel promo, but you can tell it's being read, and he's looking and scanning the words.
Yep.
You can see him doing it. And I think he thinks, like, he's going to come out all right on the screen.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. It looks like someone reading a book out loud at school.
Yeah, but badly.
Yeah.
It's genuinely, like...
It's great.
I'm about to shit on the Bulldog, and I apologise for any Bulldog fans out there, but I mean this with no malicious involved in it whatsoever. I mean no harm. He was shit at promos at the best of time.
Yeah.
Right. This clip is what, 30 seconds long?
It's great.
And it's 29 seconds too long for him.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
Right, it's bad.
I always think that at that point in time, we talked about it before, and we are English, so that's not racist. I don't think it is anyway. The English British language doesn't come across well on American TV in pro wrestling.
Especially when it's different regional.
Yeah, it doesn't come across well.
No.
And I think that's the reason Bulldog struggles a lot with promos.
Yeah.
Farouk's is exactly the same. Farouk's is like Nation of Domination, and he does it as well.
Oh God.
There's like a stagnation to it while they're doing it. Like they go like this. They go like, "You may have got the better of me, but then I know what," like that, and it's like you can tell it's fucking great.
To me, his one, he sounded like he was trying to do a Sylvester Stallone impression.
Oh, it's just
it really. You may think you got the better of me.
Yeah, it's great.
So just talk like you normally would.
Yeah.
Because you got a proper deep and powerful voice, mate. What are you doing?
Now there are some people who, funnily enough, ain't that bad on there, right? And one of them, Shawn Michaels, is all right on there, right? He says some funny, weird stuff.
Yeah.
That sounds a bit.
Yeah, like you wouldn't get away with it now.
Like, well, you say "come see, come saw" stuff. Yeah. And then
Brett.
Oh, I don't know, Brett.
Brett's is Brett. You know, it's
all right.
You know, it's monotonous.
Yeah. Goldust is good on there.
Oh, he's the MVP for me on that game.
I think between him and Triple H, I think Triple H does well on there.
Goldust, he's an absolute winner for me on that.
Triple H seems to know.
Thank you, Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah, Triple H and Goldust seem to get what they're doing.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of the others, you can tell, have been briefed what this is, but don't really know.
The rest of them, I think they're just going for an audition.
Yeah. But we'll post it in the page. Anyone who's listening, it's worth fucking watching.
Yeah,
it's
you need
brilliant.
to just for those ones that we've mentioned alone.
There's a lot of them on there. There's some that we haven't mentioned. There's ones like.
Don't spoil it for him.
There's ones like Headbanger Mosh.
Pointless.
He's funny.
It's pointless.
Yeah. And just random people like that. Oh, Ken Shamrock's are good.
Awesome.
Yeah. If you thought Ken Shamrock's promos were bad in WWF,
this is Oscar worthy.
Yeah. These are like, I got my gloves up and I'm ready to go.
Sit right.
Like that.
He's
fucking great.
Do you know every time in my head, every time he spoke to you, this is what I heard. So say the first line that you said in the style of Ken Shamrock.
Well, I can't really do it, but it's like a sort of New Yorkie type accent, isn't it? It's like, I got my gloves up, like that, and then it is like
it sounds that. It's like a blues song.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that's missing is that do
I know.
in between.
It's fantastic. I forgot Ken Shamrock was on there. He's another star.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's Oscar worthy.
Yeah. Oh, I'm done.
I love it.
I'm done. That was.
It's fucking great.
And that wraps up our episode.
Does it really?
It does, because we've cut off the other two segments because we're missing one. However, it's my pick for the next episode.
Oh, go for it.
So, for episode 29, my pick. For our top three, we are going to be doing the top three GOATs, the greatest of all time of women's wrestling.
Oh, Mercedes Moné will be in yours.
Fuck off. Mercedes, Charlotte, and Becky.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Our best moment, and it is just the best.
Okay.
We've got best upcoming women's indie wrestlers.
Oh, can we only have one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'll let you have two.
All
How's
right,
that?
we'll have two.
Two? All right. So our two best upcoming women's indie wrestlers and our rewatch. Now, what was it you were saying about WCW in the 2000s?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Go on then.
We are going to be rewatching the whole thing. Bash at the Beach 2000.
Okay. I've seen that loads of times, so I can get away with it.
Awesome. So just a
Is
quick...
this for the Vince Russo one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So just a quick recap there. We've got top 3 greatest women's wrestlers. Our two best upcoming women's indie wrestlers. And our rewatch is going to be Bash at the Beach 2000. Thanks for getting involved. Not that we've actually read any comments out for this episode because we didn't have any.
Well, fuck me. We do apologise. We have been quite busy. We're not going to go into it why we've been away, but we have been away for a little while, but we are back now.
Yeah, we are back. We're doing a lot more work on our YouTube page and the rest of our socials.
We've been doing a lot more work on everything. That's actually where we've been.
James has been working immensely hard with the YouTube side of things at the moment. I've been working hard on the merch side as well. So go and check out our merch store at T-Mill.
Also our website. We have to mention our website. That's what I'm saying. We have been working hard.
And thanks to my amazing, absolutely amazing cousin Amy, who went out and created a brand new website for us.
Yes, it's absolutely fantastic. Check it out.
Yeah, it's on all of our social pages. The links are there. Go check it out. Leave us some feedback. And also, if you want to get involved with these subjects, please do. We love getting involved and having feedback from the listeners that we've got out there. We've had a mass influx, especially on the YouTube videos at the moment.
Yeah.
Our Instagram has really started lighting up, to which we can thank everyone at WrestleRave for that.
Yeah.
You guys have been massively helpful to us. And everyone that we met at WrestleRave that's started following our page and our podcast.
Yeah, they've been brilliant. And there are 2 videos out on WrestleRave.
Yeah.
If you want to find out our experiences at WrestleRave, there are videos on YouTube, so check them out.
Yeah. Go check out all of our socials. Go and check us out on Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it now. Elon Musk's Wankfest.
Yep.
Facebook. Sorry, I had to get that in
that's
there.
Fine.
Yeah, go check out the website. Go and check out our merch at T-Mill. And...
comment in the Facebook group.
yes, you're all lacking.
Yeah.
Get involved. Don't be afraid.
Very good.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Yep. And is there anything else that we want to say? I don't think there is there?
No, I think that's it.
Okay, brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.